Alrighty, hello and welcome back to the Outer Worlds.
The last episode. We're gonna save everyone from the horrible death that awaits.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator.
Yeah, I know, I came up
You'll
with
have
a
to
plan.
connect me to the Hope's comm system.
I know all this, I came up with the plan. I know the consequences, I'm the guy that came up with this idea. It's fine, don't worry about it. Look, I might be a medic by trade, but I also sidelined as an engineer. Don't worry about it.
Can we talk?
Yeah?
So we're really gonna do this? I've seen lots of crazy, Captain, but Phineas is in a class of his own. Do you really think he knows what he's doing? Sending us to skip the Hope into Terra 2's orbit right under the board's nose?
I mean, I came up with the plan, so yes.
Something tells me you're the first person to ever utter those words, Captain. I think this whole plan's insane, but it'll make a good story, you know, if we survive. Speaking of, I get that Phineas thinks he's saving the colony, but what about you? Why risk your neck on this crazy scheme?
Well, the people of Halcyon deserve a chance, and so do the colonists on the Hope.
Coming from anyone else, that would sound like a line from one of those Odeon Pictures movies, but I think you really mean it. Still, all this depends on the other Hope colonists. Are they gonna pull us out of the shit? Or are we all just gonna leave a bigger, uglier stain on this corner of the galaxy?
If they're half as capable as me, we'll be in good hands.
This is why I like you, Captain. Well, whenever you're ready to do this, I'm with you. Anything else?
No, that was all. Whew. Let's get rolling. Board's probably gonna be waiting for us. I won't doubt it. And they're not gonna expect the hail of gunfire heading their way. They've never learned their lesson from dealing with me. One of their major flaws. Patch. Status. Power status. Maintenance status. Hibernation status. Confirm.
Let's hope we don't have to run in a hurry.
No?
There's a shake.
Whoa.
Customer, all germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
Let's see. I am not with House.
Soldier.
Wash your wounds. Mode.
Alright, let's go. First I need to get comms. Right. Terminal. Continue. Manual. Audio transcript. This is P. Wells. Work continues in test subject 112. Retrieved from hibernation bay 8. Time of extraction 2.5 hours ago. Time of death 6 minutes prior. Explosive cell death. My arch nemesis. Haunting my every attempt at reviving our frozen colonists. Making a mockery of my procedures. I've tried every combination of every chemical available to me. Attempted every variation of every possible thawing procedure. A gradual melt, a flash thaw, extremities first, brain first. I don't know how much more of this I can take. 4 hours of sleep into the last 72. I can still hear the screaming in my nightmares. Test subject 112. Real name Harley Stanton. Age 35. Enjoyed singing. I'm sorry, Harley. I couldn't save you. Begin audio log as soon as I say the words begin audio log. What a ridiculously inconvenient program. What happens if I accidentally say the phrase audio log? Don't know why I'm talking to a frozen colonist. You're losing it, Phineas. Focus, focus, come on. Make the incision. There we go, excellent. Well, well, my frigid friend, you disobeyed the mandatory on ingesting food 36 hours prior to indoctrination, didn't you? Thank the law for disposable gloves. Steady now, steady. Oh, that's not good. That's definitely not good. Damn slipper scabble. Who makes these anyway? Spacer's choice? Alright, I have no choice of going in. Huh? Route.
I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found.
That's fine. I got my own badass music rolling in my head. Cap out my science. Started as a doctor, ended up as a gunslinging scientist. Very interesting. And perks. I'm gonna do extra damage to people whenever they hurt me. And then Ellie, bonus support medical, first responder, CPR, and then I'm gonna give her harmful status duration. And then more health. And then Sam, I'm going to give him additional range damage.
I see you've located the stasis chambers. Which pod were you slumbering in for so long, Captain? The missing one, I take it?
disconnected.
I see you've located the stasis chambers. Which pod were you slumbering in for so long, Captain? The missing one, I take it?
All right. That's why it hurt so bad.
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Alright. Comms. Available. Status. Auxiliary. Logs. Auto transcript.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great. Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain?
Skip it.
Jump-starting the skip drive.
I'm skipping it myself.
I wouldn't advise that, Captain.
In case I don't get another chance to...
I know what I'm doing. I A, have max intelligence, and I have a science of 80. I'm gonna fucking do it.
All right. It is in your hands now, Captain. I trust you, in so much as my presets allow.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something, now.
Let's see how well I do. There she goes, the old goal. Fly straight, fly true. It's gorgeous cutscene, by the way. Powered up. Slip away. And warping in 3, 2. I did that
Oh, good.
by hand.
We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Analyzing area. Fallen debris. And spilled contents. Detected. Likely cause, reckless piloting. Scheduling service. Extensive cleanup.
Alright, boys. Girl. What's up? Let's actually... There we are. Meticulously crafted. Hero saving the day. Alright, boys and girl. All out. Alright, persons. Yeah, that works. Nope, 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 nope. Get to the normal zone. There we go. There's gotta be a way to get through the area without fighting these guys, right? Yeah, here. And then here. There we go. Alrighty. Ow. Ow, 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 clear. Alright. Let's get to the lab. Concerned about Phineas, I'm not gonna lie. But where's my docking bay? Oh, is it even further? No, it's that side. Alright. Here we go. It's the end. It was a fun journey. Had some moments that
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. The transmission is marked with priority status. Urgent! Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
It had some low moments.
The board is here. They found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible. How can I be of assistance?
So those are the consequences for my actions.
Goodbye.
I wonder if that would always happen regardless. But I can't help but feel responsible, but it was necessary to get dead.
We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Well, I would, because I was the one that made the jump. So, good. I swear to God, if they killed him. I made my decision thinking it would end the game, and it turned out I was wrong.
Dirt alert!
Oh, what the? But as I'm saying, I can't help but feel somewhat responsible for this particular course of events. But I thought that it would end the game. I thought that it would be the end of it. I thought it would cripple the board or make them something more important.
Dirt! Cycle complete.
I thought it would be something. Password? What the fuck? And of course my hack skill's not good enough.
Got nimble fingers, Captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna steal all this shit because I need to get that damn password. I'll give it back to him when we're done. Fuck. Think. Interesting, but I'll take it. There it is. Why was it shoved in the cyst pig? So that's why you gotta go to Tartarus. Okay. Okay. This may not be the finale then. I thought it was going to be the finale. This is new. Personal files. First entry. The Hope made it to Halcyon after all, and 25 years too late. The board doesn't know what to do, so they're gonna leave them there. Revival's impossible. Boulder Dash. Regen is just a question of thermodynamics. Confident I can find a way to revive them, if only they would authorize my requests. Frankly, I don't see why I needed permission of my employees to conduct experiments in the innocent advancement. What nonsense. Did Newton beg permission from employees before discovering the laws of motion? And yada yada. Board expects of you to come missing. Second entry. 113 seconds. New record. Most of my subjects last 93 seconds on average between total cellular liquidation. Several guns I do see. Seconds of screening. Subject was stronger than others, but the end's body felt survived the process. Use much fault subject to die. I don't know how much longer I keep doing this. Strictly speaking, I do know that Hope has hundreds of thousands of colonists. I'm only experimenting on 12. How many more before I successfully revive a single subject? 1, 10, 100, 500. Statistically, it's insignificant. If I experiment on one subject every month, I would not make it to Hope's population in a lifetime. Can still hear the screaming, trouble sleeping, trouble concentrating, psychological toll significant. On to subject number 13, final entry. I always suspected this would happen. The board discovered what I'd done and sit there and track me down, but they'll never find me. They say I'm a murderer. They're right, I am. I regret what I've done, but I'm not about to turn this into the board. I'm not about to go begging the board for forgiveness. Only they can forgive me for what I've done. They're the only people who can see things right. I'm gonna find a way to revenge them no longer and stay in hiding. I got my notes with me, I have my equipment, I have the lab. So I return to work. Already took his badass gun. You have a napkin. You clever bastard. know. I don't know if I'm a lab rat to him, but I think it's evident by the PTSD he suffered and by the guilt that he has that I'm much more than just a mere lab rat.
Please, would you kindly inform the crew that
But what I will definitely do is tinkering.
with Ada are not required every time the captain leaves the ship.
And then I need to see if I can modify this. And it's not modifiable because it's a unique weapon. Okay, that's fine.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to...
Okay. I'll talk to the crew.
So, Phineas got himself taken to Tartarus. That's usually a one-way trip.
Are we really considering breaking Wells out of a maximum security penitentiary? I know we all have a tendency towards lost causes, but this may be taking it too far.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth.
I'm not going to abandon him.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
Okay, now that's stupid.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business.
We're doing it. Everybody strap in.
If we don't make it?
Got my trusty tossball stick.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real.
Never thought I'd volunteer to break in.
Command, not.
Waiting on your...
Captain, could I have a moment of your time?
Oh, hell no, you may not. We are leaving towards Tartarus. Right fucking now. And that's that.
Welcome back. See you.
Well, that explains that. Still don't know why these gas giants. Okay, now this is the finale. This is the end game.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
That's all for now.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Alrighty.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
What the hell is it with you people and landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits.
I'll pay this stupid ass
You're
fine.
up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
Well, I could pay the damn bits. If you're just gonna kill me, why bother with a ticket?
Protocol is important, sir. The sentencing of one crime does not preclude the sentencing of another, technically speaking. Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Looks like you're gonna have company at the execution. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that, just...
Transmission. How?
Who the fucking fuck from the Groundbreaker landed? Who the shit? I'm taking Ellie. I guess I am taking Ellie, never mind. Who the fuck? What? Like, I know I have friends in high places, but what?
The captain did right by us once. Now
What was that?
Our turn.
What's that noise?
Holy crap!
We'll never own Groundbreaker. Not while I read. Push on, my guy.
Great. Gotta find cover.
Processing beginning secure.
Oh my Jesus. What? Holy shit. Holy shit. Although I'm not going to use Phineas's weapon, because, like, N-rays are great, but they're terrible versus armor. So, sorry, boy. Okay, I'm not going to bring you, because it's great, but it's, like, not the best. But it's like... just, like, go through.
Did right by us once. Our turn.
That's...
The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, my guy.
Cleaning cycle complete.
Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Sure never planned on seeing the inside of this place.
Area sanitization assessment. The Labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Let's go.
Would you like Sam to tidy up this area? Waiting for confirmation.
Like true professionals.
Kill germs.
I'm not going to give them a second to breathe. So I'm not giving them a chance. Man. That's going to be interesting. I thought I had what it takes. It's going to be real hard. But as I said, don't give him a second.
The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Margot.
garbage out the airlock.
Monster neutralized!
Got my sights on you.
I'm very curious to how the even is here.
Area sanitization assessment. The Labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again. Nice of them to leave. Give us a few options.
No, I got rid of my really good one. No, I didn't. There it is. Hey, there she is. To like not get stuck out in the open.
How'd you do that so fast?
So rifle vultures.
You gotta teach me that.
Alright, I think I got what I need.
Area sanitization assessment. The Labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy peasy.
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again.
Alright, I'm gonna save it here.
of them to leave us a few options.
I'm gonna try down below this time.
Unexpected noise identified. Process in.
It was 100% worse.
Would you like Sam to tidy up this area? Waiting for... Sanitation and maintenance job fulfilled.
Yeah, this is a good gun. Perfect spin with that.
Don't forget to wash your wounds. Owner not found.
Performing an area sweep.
That's like, I can do a lot of damage, but there's a lot of them. Man, how did I go from like unstoppable badass?
Nice of them to leave us a few options.
Like regular old fight and like no time at all. Actually, since I'm going to be using this, let me actually give her a different weapon. Let me give myself the Deadeye, and then like give her that. That'll work.
I'll keep it down.
Alright, now I agree that going in guns blazing is a suicide plan.
Their mistake.
Systems beginning secure.
Pick up all skilled crew members.
Just spam that button, man. Just spam it. That was a decent plan, but
Would you like Sam to tidy up this area?
I need to go
Waiting
slow.
for confirmation command.
And then, as I said, I need to give myself that.
maintenance job? Muting volume now.
Alrighty then. Jesus, I will shut you in the face. Alright. Cool.
Putting trash in its rightful place for more than
Then
70
one of us will
years.
come to investigate.
Detective! Warning! Crew member requires maintenance.
Alright, just reload a little bit.
Toxin neutralized. Scoured with prejudice.
close a couple times. But proven with a little bit of perseverance, like a one-man army, even the most dedicated positions. That was most of the guys on the side.
Detected. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized. Dirt alert! Dirt alert!
Save that for the oh, I can't fucking bypass it.
Nice going. Real slick.
Alright, there we go. Oh, not quite. There we go. Alright, so we need an access card to open that, which I think is the way to the rest of the level. So instead, I think I gotta go this way. Which is okay. Just not great. Especially since I already fought my way through all these bastards. He ain't stopping me. Might take a little bit of perseverance. A little bit of grunt work, but I'll make it work. Alright, storage manifest. Interesting.
delivered an organic. Cycle complete.
Lot of dead people. Alrighty. Now we gotta make our way to the exit.
Get in there, troops! For Monarch! For Halcyon!
Oh, there goes that. I am really curious signal by noise.
These corporate suckers think they're gonna know what hit 'em.
A lot of good people died in this. This is the part that I'm curious about. No, not yet, I guess. Almost. It's gonna be a long episode, but it's fine. almost out.
Difficult job ahead? Consider equipping a pack of Sam's special solvent stain-out remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splatter.
Hope you're right about this, Captain.
Oh, I am. Don't worry about it.
After all you've done, all the work you've destroyed, all the money you've cost me, your misguided crusade has doomed Halcyon.
Doomed? I'd rather pick I'm just rooting at corruption one idiot at a time.
Idiot? I'm not the one marching to my death in a maximum security prison. In any other circumstance, I'd admire your boldness. In this one, however, I have only 2 words for you. Fuck off.
Nah. Just the man I'm here to kill.
How dare you? Even thinking about killing the chairman of the Halcyon board is a felony. Thankfully, you're in a prison already. Find the nearest cell and wait until I'm done here. Then I'll drag you to the executioner myself.
Oh. I'm not waiting for anything.
Is that what you think you're doing? This path of wanton societal disruption? You call that being a savior?
Yeah.
I call it sabotage. You know what saboteurs get, Captain? Summary executions. In the next room is the finest automechanical purveyor of death ever made. Try not to scratch the paint with your skull. It was fucking expensive.
I would also like to point out the fact that I'm already slated to be executed for landing here in the first place. Not to mention the numerous guards I've killed, the fact that I've killed the adjutant, the fact that I've killed the freaking, not the chairman, about to kill the chairman, whatever, the other guy. Anyway, I'm gonna pick, I can't wait to get in there and kill you. This is gonna be the highlight of my year. Because I am anti-board. So this dystopia ends now. And I'll figure out if I made the right choice or not at the end of the walk. I might be a horrible if I did. Hey.
Against this game.
I gave her corrosion.
Level. Returning to...
That's right, I gave her corrosion damage. Okay. Considering that, I need to do this because she's going to die pretty horribly. I'll give her the super badass weapon, and I'll give myself corrosion because he's going to be non-mechanical. Now I know which is straight. Let's go.
Cleaning efforts. Job fulfilled.
And it's done. I killed the adjutant, I killed the chairman, and I killed the mayor, essentially. Unified anti-corporate.
I can hardly believe my eyes. You didn't have to do this, you know. Risk your life just to save mine.
You kidding? The board never stood a chance against me.
No, I expect they didn't. You're a force of nature, aren't you? You've left the board in tatters, but Halcyon is still on the verge of starvation. I just hope we're not too late. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing.
I mean, that would make sense.
2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating. Earth isn't going to help us. No one's going to help us now. We're alone out here, and I don't know if we're going to survive.
Well, let's best get started.
I had hoped your fellow colonists might hold the key to saving Halcyon, but I don't have nearly enough chemicals to revive them all. I'll do what I can. I just hope it's not too late. It's time I return to my lab. I'll try to save...
Somebody has to run this colony. I'm the only competent person left.
I only hope you know what you're getting into. We were going to save this colony, you know. That's what I told myself. Now, I don't know what... I always suspected how...
And let's see if we made...
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. As the colony struggled to survive, the inspirational story of the iconoclasts spread like wildfire, and Graham was able to bring many of the smaller Terra-2 townships into the fold. However, his zealous obsession with spreading the word blinded him to the needs of a growing organization, and the movement was unsustainable at scale. The iconoclast way seemed to work best,
so I should have
and ultimately petered out
the other
on
lady
Monarch.
more. But oh well.
Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
It's funny.
Ellie savored her adventures on the Unreliable. Once they were done, she returned to life as usual, running missions of dubious legality, shunning respectable work, and living life to the fullest. She meant to reach out to her one-time captain, but she was always bad at keeping in touch. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. After all he'd seen and heard adventuring with you, the vicar Maximilian de Soto renounced his faith and joined the effort to rebuild the colony. Ironically, he finally found the joy that had eluded him over the course of his life, and realized that perhaps he was always meant to be just a simple laborer after all. He quickly dismissed the idea. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He was never able to come to terms with his own past, troubled by the decision of placing all his faith in the first colonist he ever revived, the infamous captain of the Unreliable. The revival project yielded mixed results. Phineas, weighed down by limited support and his own guilt, struggled to revive more than a handful of scientists and engineers. They made a heroic effort to solve the colony's problems, but with small numbers and facing long odds, their solutions never caught on. Only a few of the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Wells died before he could see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a haunted man, crushed by the guilt of his failures. Small, petty factions squabble over what remains of the colony. Every attempt to reach out to Halcyon's neighbors is met with silence. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
So, quite the ending. I made a few mistakes, obviously, but there were some compromises that were made that should not have been made. But I didn't realize how bad it was. Now I do. Did then, do now. While Phineas may have died without seeing the fruits of his labors, the colony survived. Held together. Despite the roughness. I'd say that's success. Bittersweet victory. Put it that way. I wonder what would have happened if I would have procured more. And I wonder what happened if I hadn't killed the adjutant. But I walked the path I walked. Make the decisions that I could, the knowledge that I had at my disposal. Well, the knowledge the character had at his disposal. I had beaten it once before, knew how bad it was going to be, but he doesn't, so. I'm not necessarily proud of my choices, but as I said, it's a bittersweet victory. But it is a victory. A D&D reference I missed. I wish you could pause the credits. Well, I guess you guys can. I suppose I can once I edit this video. You need to see. These guys are passionate about their work. They really are. I feel if they had more of a team, well, not a team, they had a good team, but I feel like if they had more resources at their disposal, that it would be just through the roof. And it already is really good. Like, we needed a good return to the old school. Well, I say old school. It's not really old school, because old school is top-down, but top-down turn-based. But the feeling that New Vegas gave us as gamers, you know, there needed to be something that had that spirit, you know, that rekindled that, built upon it, expanded upon it, and this game really kind of did that really well. There were no real... There were choices that may have seemed easy on the surface level, but when you think about it, they all had significant consequences, because by saving those colonists, I didn't save the people of the Hope, and instead of Phineas succeeding, he failed. My decision spared the lives of, what, 10, 20, 30 people? It resulted in the perpetual hibernation, essentially of death, of countless. But now I know for next time, which will not be recorded, because knowing how everything goes was a little bit boring at the beginning the first time around, but the second time around it's just going to be a slog. So it's just that one decision. That's the only thing I would change. Well, and I would also expand upon the iconoclasts. And I'd do more companion missions. But that'd be it. Western guitar. And I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I have a few different ideas. Originally, I was going to do Vampire the Masquerade, but Bloodlines, but that was before the second game got delayed. So I'm not sure. But that was it. I'll see you guys in the next one, whatever that may be.